and stuff. Yeah. So to have the two guys and the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think I paid about quid.
Yeah.
For that, so get a lot of joy out of it.
Yeah, that's it. The old games are class. And the kids today don't realise, like, if you put one of the kids on, like, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot even from a PS1, you know,
Yeah.
they'd be like, what the hell is this with the graphics?
Graphics are shit. You'd just be like,
Yeah.
graphics?
Yeah.
Pull back.
Exactly
Pull
that.
right. Pull right back.
But yeah,
Like, PS1 was amazing for us when it came out.
yeah, it was on a. I had a car racing game. I can't remember what it was. First game it came with the PlayStation. Can't remember what it was. Really good though. Might have been like a Colin McRae type.
Yeah. I know they had the was Ridge Racer.
What?
Ridge Racer. Was that
Do you know what might have been?
a PS1 game or was that?
I tell you one game I did love, Need for Speed, when the police used to chase you.
Oh, mate.
Wow. Class.
Need for Speed Underground.
Underground.
I think was because you could do all the drifting. You had the drag racing where you had to like
Yeah.
lift gear and you could race for pink slips so you could get the car afterwards and stuff. Oh man. Fucking loved it.
Need for Speed 10,000.
Oh, there was some great Need for Speeds.
See, the only games I like now really is I like strategy games. So, Total War on the PC, Total Wars, City Skylines where you build big cities.
Yeah.
Or the only one I did used to play was COD, but it's more for the socialising. But I don't really like COD. COD is like too many hackers on it. People take it too serious. I don't like this upgrading all your weapons shit.
I think as well when you know, with certain games like that, it's like FIFA as well, where, you know,
it's
when
the same
we
shit.
have to work for more money, we spend more money.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get a lot of money to spend on unnecessary things. Really. But the kids and stuff like that have more access to get all of these packs and things like that.
Yeah, no.
Or it does ruin it to her.
Just hell let loose, mate. Hell let loose. Just good old fighting, strategic, but you don't upgrade your weapons as such.
Yeah.
It's just the weapons are the weapons. It's just miles better. It's class, man. Really, really good. Right, should we do top down? Welcome to the stream, guys. No trade yesterday. I tell you what, there wasn't half some volume yesterday though.
Was a good movement as well, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
really good. If he did take them wing backs, they would have played out nicely. I know one of the guys in the group took it, so that was nice. So let's quickly do a top down. So we know the monthly is now in this range. Therefore, the monthly should be coming down to 1992. Okay, so that's our target really for the month. So we are bearish on the monthly. Weekly, we've now turned bearish on the weekly, which is great. That's what we wanted. Okay, because we were struggling because the weekly was currently bullish, but now you've had another candle close and it's closed bearish. It's sort of a bit of confirmation that we're pushing down, because now you've got the monthly bearish, now you've got the weekly bearish, and then obviously the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. When everything's in order like that, the story's nice and clean. However, one thing we haven't got on this weekly yet is a top wick. Now this top wick technically can come all the way up and tap 2039. Okay, test previous support. That's what could happen with it. Sort of what you want to happen, so you can just rule it out for then the weekly to flip to the downside. Now we're on Tuesday today, so are we going to get Tuesday, Wednesday pushing up, and then Thursday, Friday for the flip coming down? Is that what we're going to get? We don't know, but we've got to see. So this would be our target if we're taking buys. Beyond there, we've got to be very careful, because the weekly could just be testing the previous wick. That's it. So be careful taking buys above there. Okay. Now, telling us that it might come up now is we've created a bottom wick already on this weekly, and this weekly's actually broke the low. So now it's actually got liquidity to now push up and do that top wick if it wants to. Okay, so we sort of didn't want this. We wanted this weekly to open up, pull back first, create this top wick for us, and then the rest of the week it starts flipping to the downside. So we know we're sort of free falling down, because if this closes bullish this week, that means we are now we're respecting this area, and actually that's the range. Okay, it means we're going to be coming back up, and then if we break out, then we're going to be pushing to the next range and so on. Okay, so we really don't want a bullish close on this weekly. We want a bearish close, and we want it below 2018. That's where we want it below. So that's our target for that. The weekly target to the downside, it's, see, the weekly target, I've got a support here. This is a support here, but we haven't broke past it. So what we could get now is, we've tapped it, we could get a bearish weekly close, but closes respecting. So it means we're not going to move much on the weekly, but ideally we want a bearish close below, so then we can come into the next range. But at the minute we've sort of done the push, and remember yesterday I said if you come down to, oh my God, I'm crashing, come down to these levels, I would be careful taking sells below. Yeah, and that's the reason why, because it just came down, broke the lows, and then flipped back to the upside. And I think the daily explains it much better, because if you look at the daily, yeah, we had this one yesterday. I said we've got to be careful taking sells below 2019. And look what happened, price pushed below, but then pulled back and closed respected. Now we're pushing back up. So today, could we be looking at some bullish momentum to the upside, because the weekly now needs to create a top wick, and it's already created a bottom wick, and also we've closed respected now. We've closed respecting this on this, so therefore does that mean we are now coming back to 2039 on the daily? And that's what they all seem to do. If you look at previous data, when you close respecting, you then get a bullish close on the daily, the next daily, and then you start making your way up. Now here's the thing though, right? This daily hasn't closed yet. And have we got any news today? CHF, we have got news today, yeah. CPI, yeah, oh, right, okay. So this daily hasn't closed yet. So what's this daily going to do? This daily didn't make it all the way up. It only came to 2033. This daily didn't make it all the way up. It only came to 2033. So technically, that's probably all we're going to get from this daily today, is a push back up to 2033. So therefore, is that going to be our target? Likely, because previous data is showing us that when you're close respecting here, you tend to just tap 2033. Let's have a look and see what else we've got though. Back up. Yeah, so this is probably going to be our target. We've got to be careful. I mean, you could tap 2039, I suppose, but they don't seem to do it. Look at all these. They don't do it until the next daily. Sorry, this one. And then the next daily does it. Tap, next daily does it. So, how can we get in there? If we're looking at buys, it'd be difficult taking sells, guys, now, because you've had a bottom wick. So, bloody, look at the size of that forward candle. So, we've got no bottom wick, which I don't really think we need a bottom wick on this for, because this broke all the lows. And then this came down for another liquidity grab. And then we've just bombed. So where's this 4 going to close? 3 hour, it's got no bottom wick. Oh, we're driving here, guys. No bottom wick. We haven't broke out as of yet. So I would say this is the thing. We need a pullback. We need a pullback. Because even if you get a break above that, you don't drive. You only push to 2027. We technically haven't had an hour break yet. Oh, look at these, they all fly through. over here. We could potentially, if we can get back down to 2019, a bit like this. So we close respect in this area. We get one big pushing candle, closes, and then we get 2 hours coming back down, tap 2019. We could buy from 2019 back up. I really need a pullback here, guys. It's pushed so aggressively. It's whether we're going to get that pullback. Was this enough liquidity to push through these levels? So this is what we can potentially do. If we can see price struggling here, we could sell down. Okay, but we've got to see some closures here. So we need an hour close respecting first thing, which this one did. So we need this one closing doji or small bullish, and then the next one bearish. And then we want a pullback, but the pullbacks don't actually come that far. The pullbacks tend to come to around there. You sort of break out, and then you sort of bounce like that, and then you go. Let's have a look at when you've broke the lows. You come up, you come back down, and then you, yeah. So we could potentially take a wing back sell. This is a bit more riskier here because we're bullish, but we're looking at sells because we know how price works. We know that we can't just carry on driving. We've got to do some sort of pullback. So if we can get a reach up to 2027, this was yesterday's potential as well, wasn't it? But we didn't see the forward flip because the forward's done a hell of a push with no bottom wick. So, but then again, these have had no bottom wick. But if we can just reach up, we might be able to get something like this. This 4, where the 4 is bullish, reaches up, taps 2027, and then pulls back. So if that's the case, that's 19 pips. 3 bottom wick. We're just so bullish. That's the only thing I don't like about it. We need to see some sort of closures. Look at that, man. Not one bearish candle. So yeah, I need to see price struggling here on like the 15. Yeah, if I can see the price struggling on the 15, and then we'll get one candle what pops up. We can look at taking this. Because these pullbacks are not massive. You're only probably looking down to 2024. Let's have a look. So we push up, we tap, we pull back. Even when you tap there, you pull back. Okay, we might have to go like that. Okay. Oh, we're gonna turn here. So even when you push up through it, you can still pull back. So we might have to take go risk free at 2026 because it is risky because we're going against the trend here. Back up, straight back down. 2019 coming back up would be perfect. Up, and if the hour closes bullish, then yes, we would look to move to risk-free straight away. See, this one doesn't play out. This one drives straight through. Where would stops be? Up, tap, straight get back down to 2019. I think we're going to have to come back to 2019 if we want to drive. But do we? Because we haven't half broke all the lows, so is this enough? Do we need to come back to 2019? Okay, I need to see sort of, what do I need to see here? I need to see some bearish closes on the 15. Maybe just one. So one bearish close on the 15. It's like that. And then 115 pops up. It can even close up there, the 15s. If you look at these 15s, they can even close up here. And then this one starts coming back in. We get a fake out. And then we start coming back down to 2019, which would be our target again. It's basically yesterday's trade, exactly the same, but just whether it's going to bump straight past it now. So yesterday's trade was, where were we at? This one, wasn't it? Yeah, which we didn't notice it for a wing back because we thought the forward closed bullish. So we thought this, but once we realised the forward was an S play, we would have took this.
But it would have been.
Yeah, but here's the thing, I don't really want this to tap until I get some closures here. I need to see price struggling to break these highs. Nothing is bearish. Everything's bullish. But even when price wants to push past, not this one, but you still tap, reject if you want to drive. So tap, reject. I mean, when you come up the top, you could have a potential second entry at 2033 to come back down. That would be the top wick of the weekly. Top wick of the weekly, top wick for the daily. Because the daily is bearish, but the thing with the daily, it's currently bearish, but you know when you respect this area, you then close bullish. So we're technically bullish on the 5. Sorry, on the daily. I would prefer price pulling back to 2019 now for a wing back buy. But if you get that, that means the forward's flipping to the downside. So you'd sort of need a forward close up here to take this 2019 trade. Ooh, interesting. Because this 4 currently can actually come all the way up and close 2030 if it wants to. 4 all the way through. So what is this 4 going to do? I think we need to see price struggling here on the 15 or 5, which we're seeing now. So that's good. So if we can see price struggle here, right, and we can maybe get a 5-minute close to the downside. So maybe if we can get a 5 close below this, yeah, and then do we even need that? Maybe not. We want a bearish close, and then we want one big pop in. But you might not get the pop because on the 5s they can actually close up there. So look, 5 close, and then you come up and tap these areas, or you're just going to tap these areas and reject. Let's see, but currently that's all I've got on, because I do feel we need to come back down. And the only way you could take like a sell stop, it'd need to be a range 2, because you're so bullish. So you'd need an hour close below 2024. That's what you'd need first. And then you'd need a top wick, and then a flip or lower time frame break, because you wouldn't want to get caught out on the fake out. So this is exactly what we want to see though. But it's just whether we respect this area, or if we can come up and tap this before going. If we can get a 15, let's have a look. What's going to confirm was moving back down to 2019. If we get a 15 close below this, we tend to push to at least 2022. So if we close on the 15 below 2024, we could sell down to 2022, but looking to come back down to a 2020 area. Let's have a look. 15 straight through. Oh, look at this. This is not very nice. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. We'd sort of need to tap it. What about the 30? If we got 30 close below, it's this. This is disgusting. And we're heavily bullish. Does that mean we're going to get fake outs in and around this area? Good morning, Claire. Nice to see you. How are we going to get that? 15-minute close and then fake out back in. If we can get this fake out back in, we could potentially buy back up. Is that 5 close below yet? Okay. It's not a bad 5. You're close respecting. So what'll probably happen if it does want to come up to this level, you'll probably see a fake out here on the 5, right? So you'll break the lows and then he'll come up and break all these highs. Because what people will be doing is, when price starts breaking into the lows like this, what are people doing? They're all selling here. They're all selling here. Yeah. Where's all the stops, do you think? They'll just have the stops above here. And what price will do is it'll come out the bottom. Everyone will sell, thinking this, oh my god, clean range all the way down, and then price will just come up, take everyone's stops. That's a liquidity grab, and then that'll be the one what goes. So let's see. We've had a 15 bearish close now. It's not closed on a clean support or resistance. It's just closed sort of in the middle of this range. It needs to fill the range at 2025, sorry. Is that rain, Emma? What do we want to see on the hour? It might mess about a bit here, guys, as well. Like, because as price comes into this area, it could. I mean, look, all these hourly candles didn't do anything, so we could just mess about in here for a bit before it decides what it wants to do. Again, you could trickle up with 3 hours. 3 hours it took to get up there from these levels. So you've got to look at where we've pushed from. So we've pushed from 2020 area. So we pushed from 2020 areas, came up, and then it took like 3 hours at this point to get up. 2020 areas, this one came up in one candle, so can one candle do it? This one didn't quite make it. Is this what we're getting? We could potentially get something like this. I do believe. Are we closing like this? Are we closing like that? Are we just tapping 2025? Are we going to come back down to 2019 for the flip to the upside? We've still got 39 minutes left of this hour, so this hour can actually do anything. It can still flip to the upside. It's creating a bottom wick now. 30, the 5's now broke the low. So you remember the 15s, what the 15s tend to do. The 15s tend to break out here and then come back up. So you get a fake out. You tend to get a fake out below here on the 15. We can't take anything yet. The hour's not closed. 30 minutes not closed. You haven't broke the highs again. I think you're going to have to break the highs again, maybe. It's just how high we're going to come. Are we going to just tap 2026 and then come back down? Eee. Interesting, eh? Hey, Valentine's Day tomorrow, guys. I hope you're all sorted. Dan?
Always.
Always sorted.
Always sorted.
You got your card written out?
Yeah. Just go out the front door tomorrow and post it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you don't wear that balaclava while you're posting it again, like last time.
Was so much for the last time.
Yeah. This is it's a bit weird this because we haven't filled a range. We're closing sort of like this. We're sort of hovering. The 15's hovering. Oh, sorry, this is the 30. The 30's hovering. To be honest, the 15's hovering as well. So if you look at this range on the 15, it's like here. That's the 15 range, really. If you look at these when they come up and down. Yeah, so I would say that's a 15 range. We currently haven't filled the range. So bearish close, and then this 15 would more likely to fill it, unless we come back down further. Let's see if we get an hour break below. I don't like this area, it's just awful. You just get fake outs. is this 4 going to flip like yesterday? Because remember, this 4-hour candle here is similar to this yesterday. When we come on the chart yesterday, this 4-hour was up here. Bullish. No, it wasn't. Was that the other day? Yeah, it was, yeah. So, what are you gonna do? How high is this daily gonna go? Is it gonna come back down to let us get in? Can't see is the only target we've got today really is 2033, guys, on this daily. I would prefer wing back buy, but you don't know where it pulls back to. If anywhere it pulls back to 2019 or 2020, so like this, up, back down, 2020, then goes. So if price starts reversing from where we are now and doesn't come up to that wing back sell area, it means we've missed the turn of the pullback. We'll have to wait for the 2020 to get tapped for buys, because they all come back to 2020 before then going back up. So that would be your buy area. That's the only thing I've got going on really. Higher time frame mainly, unless lower time frames show me something nice. Show me. So look, the 5's broke out now. Is this the 5 closing back in to then come up and break the highs? Is that what that is? Or we're going to carry on to the downside? Ooh. Have you heard about Elon Musk bringing a new phone out?
No.
Suppose he's bringing a phone out. It's been leaked. Well, the phone's not been leaked. It's been leaked him saying that this phone is going to absolutely blow Samsung and iPhone out of the water. It's like the holy grail, he called it, of phones. Don't ask me what things are going to be on it, but you can imagine the AI they're working with. Like, AI at the minute is like crazy. It's crazy. You can only just imagine what's on there.
The internet, wouldn't call it holy.
Yeah. I better you don't need to charge the phone. It runs on hugs and kisses.
Like your energy.
Yeah. Like we used to, basically, until they controlled it. What's the 5 doing? Oh, it's teasing people, isn't it? Can we break the highs again, guys? It's just whether we break the highs and come up to these levels and then reject and come back down, but which you can do if you keep coming up like this. What this is doing here. I'll go on a higher time frame so you can see. So there's 2 ways you can pick up liquidity, right, or build liquidity if you like. One, you start showing price that's going to reverse to get people here to sell, and then one candle pop up, grab liquidity to come down, and that's the liquidity grab. Okay, so you're breaking the highs basically. So that's one way where you break the previous highs to grab liquidity. Or if you need to build up liquidity, what you'll do is you consolidate like this, consolidate, and what this is doing is people are buying and selling either side, thinking they're going that way, so it builds up money here and it builds up money here, and then what price does, if you look what price is done here, so there's the money, prices then came out the bottom, grabbed all these stops. Everyone thinks they're winning, coming down, because the target will probably be here, and then goes, nah, goes back up, grabs all this money, and then hits the target. Yeah, so that's what price does. Two ways of picking up liquidity. They'll break the highs. So for this one to drive down, why did it drive down? Well, why? Because this was higher than this one. So that was a liquidity grab to the high and then flip to the downside. Okay. I know my drawings are all over. So what you tend to get is if you do start get consolidation, so let's say we keep doing this in and out here, what you'll get is you'll get one push one way. So I don't know, you might push down, yeah, and that'll grab all the money below here, and then people will be selling at that point, thinking, yep, it's broke out, it's going down, and then price will push the other way and take all the money from above here. Oh, we're pushing here, guys. We're pushing. Okay, no bottom wick on the 15, that's nice. If this 15 can come up and tap, nice one. So lock it in, guys. Stops would be above 2037. And we're going to be aggressive again because we're going against the trend. But we know how price works, don't we? So we know we can take counter trend trades. Why? Because we know how price works. We know high time frames have got to pull back and create bottom wicks and things like that. Can we get up? What we want to see now is a 5. Big pushing candle on the 5. Like I say though, it might not get up here. It might only get to here. 2026. Okay, but I'm not taking that because when you get this big move back down, that's when you tend to get 2027 tapped, and that's what I want really. If not, I'll just wait for 2020. But we'll see on the 5-minute candles. See what the 5 minutes look like. Because the 4 is still a really big 4 candle now. The 4 is the only thing I'm scared of. Because the 4, if you look at the 4, it's broke all these lows. Yeah, with this. So there's enough fuel here now really to fill the range. So is that what we're going to get? And are we going to power past it? Well, it looks like you tend to pull back around these areas, and on a lower time frame you do pull back. We've got no bottom wicks on the 3. No bottom wick on the 2. No bottom wick here. We don't really need them though because the other time frames. The hour still hasn't broke out yet. That's the only reason I'm sort of still. We've had a 30-minute bearish close. If we can reach up on this 30-minute, that'd be fantastic. Oh, still 27 minutes. 15. Let's see if this 15 can do it. If this 15 is going to flip, not enough, is it? Has the 15 broke the highs there? Yeah, so it's broke the high, so it could start rejecting from here if it wants to, really, because it's broke the high. I did say it needs to break the highs again in order to drive down. So this could be it, really. So let's see, is this going to be the move, or are we going to get up to our level? I'm just going to open the cans, guys. Honestly, it was like summer yesterday down here. First, it felt weird. First time we've had sun for ages.
I was in here.
Was it?
Yeah. But then it was like, when the sun came out, it was nice. But when it disappeared, it was cold.
Yeah.
So.
I hear you. Oh, we're pushing. Can we get a big 5-minute pushing candle? 5's close respected, nice. No bottom wick on the 5. What does that mean? That means we might not get up to that level. That's what that means. Because the 5's going to want to pull back. We might only get up to here. Guys. Oh shit, I need to get some signals. Are we gonna make it?
Yep.
We're gonna make it if you try. 27. 30. TP. So it's tapping that little area now. Ooh, this looks like it could flip for me because there's no bottom wick on this 5. I'm hoping I'm wrong, guys, but we will see. As soon as I said that there.
We don't want it 7 anyway.
Well, it's got a bottom wick now, this 5, so we ideally want this 5 to flip back up or close bearish and then the next 5 come back up, break the highs again. TP2 would be 20. Look, tapped, flipped. You got 9 pips there. You little bugger. So we're probably looking at something like this here. So what we want to see, price can still break out below. Doesn't mean it's gone, so don't be taking any sells, right? Doesn't mean it's gone. So price can break below 2024 and then come back up the steeper. So, but the thing, what's happened, we don't want to push in further. If it pushes down to 2022, we've got to be careful at that point, even though you come back up and tap it, because you've picked up more liquidity to drive past it if you want to drive past it. So we really don't want to get down to 2022. We could be looking at wing back buys back up from 2022 if anything. Okay, but so this at the moment, we've got a 5 close respecting. See if the next 5 can pop up. Because remember, the 15 hasn't filled this range yet. And you can you even get, so you get a 15-minute close, then you get a 15-minute bearish close, and then you get a 15-minute breakout, yeah, with this 15 broke above here, yeah, and then the new 15 comes back up, taps it, flips, and then that initiates the move. So is that what we're going to get? Nice latte in the morning.
Frothy milk?
Frothy milk. It's got to be, Anna. Oh, God. Well. There's some amazing, talented people, isn't there?
There is.
I was watching someone do like a memorial. It's in the Relentless WhatsApp.
Seen that. Mm.
Mad.
Yeah, some incredibly talented people.
And I feel like a lot of talented people don't get to see it. How do we identify these talented people? What could really help the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Social media is a good help. But it's all on followers and that, isn't it? So I think social media is backwards.
Yeah.
But I don't know how else you would do it, because it just goes on followers, doesn't it? Who's got the most followers? But this is why you get a lot of idiots giving advice and that. And you don't know what to believe on social media, because there's so many hacks on getting how to get followers. It's a lot of it's not organic. Like, you can pay for followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you don't know what to believe. It's like we live in a world now where we make idiots famous.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? We make idiots famous. Like, to be famous back in the day, you had to have a talent, sing, dance, whatever, act. Yeah. Now, people can go on a night out and get famous. Geordie Shore, Love Island. Like, what? Like, what's the point? What is the point? I mean, it's good. It's quite entertaining, though.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get this Love Island. Like, you're not one of them who watched Love Island, did you?
Not a chance.
My God. Like, what?
No, I'm not into reality TV.
Nah.
Well, none.
Yeah, I'm not either.
And like I said, I mean, if just had normal people on doing normal things,
Yeah.
no one would watch it.
Well, to be honest, I used to like Big Brother. I won't lie, right? I used to like Big Brother at the start, but then what happened is I stopped watching it because, not that I like this, but it was just they were getting, like, they'd only put crazy people in there, right?
It's entertaining.
Yeah, and then they started putting crazy people in there, and then they were sort of limiting what they can do or say. So it was just too soft, like political correct, where nothing. It was so health and safety. It was just ridiculous. I just stopped watching it. Is this 15? I'm gonna flip here. 2 minutes, and then is this the push out? Don't think it is. So look, you've had bearish closes, and then you've had a fifth. One candle comes up, taps, breaks the highs, and then potentially flips, and that initiates a move. I don't think this is it though, but it could be. But we can't take anything yet. I tell you one game show I loved, and I think they need to bring it back. You ever watch Golden Balls?
Yeah.
How good was that?
Not loads. I've seen like a few.
Some of the people on there, mate, should be embarrassed. Where they're like, I'll definitely split. No, at the end, whether it's split or steal, isn't it? And like, I'll definitely split. I swear on my mum's life. I swear on my dad's life. And then they steal.
Yeah.
I did like one though. One was fantastic. Well played as well. The guy went. So then when you've got to talk to each other at the end, and you've got a ball, split, ball, steal. Yeah. And if you both split, you both split the money. If one of you steal, they get the full money, and the other one. But if you both steal, the money's gone. So the bloke, when they were talking, he went, "Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm stealing. I'm going to go steal." And the bloke was like, "What?" He said, "I'm going steal. If you go steal, we lose the money. However, what I will say is, I'm going to go steal. If you go split, I'll half the money with you." This is what the bloke says, right? So he persuades this bloke, and this bloke's fuming. You can tell. He's like, "Why are you doing that? Like, why? Like, I can't trust you." He's like, "Look, I don't care what you're saying. I'm going steal." So the bloke's got no other, and this is why I think he killed the game, saying this, right? I really do, because the other person was like, "So I'm going to lose the money anyway, so I might as well go split and try and get something." So what he does, when they do the balls, the bloke goes split, yeah, and this bloke goes split.
Yeah.
He goes split as well. He doesn't steal. He just needed to make sure that he was going to split.
Yeah, and not steal.
Oh, it was crazy. And I honestly think, because it wasn't long after where it stopped airing, like going on telly. And I think that was it. I think he killed the game off with that.
Just found the goal in it to everybody wins.
Yeah. Really good. Oh, we've had a 15 close respecting. Can this 15 pop up with no bottom wick? So we're showing signs of reversal here. It's just whether we can get up, guys. Like, that's what we want. 15. Is this 30 going to flip? You brought the highs on this 30 now. We've got 15 minutes for an hour close. We ideally want the hour close and respect in this area. Yeah, not breaking above. But did you see what I mean on the fives, guys? So the fives broke the lows. People will be selling here and putting their stops above here. And then look, back up, grab their stops. Now it can actually come past here if it wants to. Now it's got liquidity to come past if it's going to come that way. Because what do you think people would be doing here? You think if you are adamant first sell, and you think, shit, I've been stopped here, what else would you do? Or people will move their stops higher, yeah, so they don't get stopped out, but then be thinking, oh, right, okay, it's coming back down. This is the move now. I'll add some more positions on here, so they'll enter here again for more sells, and they'll put the stops to there, and then price could just come back up again. Take it out and then go. We are very, very bullish though, guys. This is the only thing I'm a bit wary of. We're very, very bullish. We're in an area where you do sort of get some resistance. So it's just whether we can pop up with one candle. We need one pop up to come back down. We're pushing, we're pushing.
Talking about talented people, I saw a video of one guy who he has like two pencils attached together.
Yeah.
There's like a gap in between these. He like holds one of them and draws a picture.
Yeah.
And the other pencil attached to it draws a separate picture at the same time.
Beside it.
So they're both like side by side.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Just amazing. Like I say, some people have some unreal talent.
Yeah, they do, like. So we've got an hour close in a second, guys, in 11 minutes. Okay. So where's this hour going to close? If it breaks out this hour, that means we're in this range at that point. No, it doesn't. It means we could just get this. We could still reject from it, I suppose. Doesn't make a difference. It's whether the 4 is going to carry on, because the 4 can just fly. We know the 4 can really fly. Give us some push. I mean, look, we're coming from the same area here. Look at that 4 all the way up. That's why we're going to be aggressive with stops. So if the hour, where do we want the hour? We didn't want the hour breaking above really, but I suppose it can do. Because we're so bullish, man. Hour close. Back down, yeah, I do. I think even if you want to drive up, you tend to tap this. So if you look at this hour breaks out nicely. Yeah. Still taps it, then the new hour pulls back and then flips. So it's like If we want to drive up, we sort of tap a pull back. It's a potential second entry there. If we power straight through. 9 minutes for an hour close. Oh, we'll push it. 5 no bottom wick, nice. Can we push? Can we push to our zone? Pump, 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 pump. Might be the new hour what does the pullback, because if you think about it, even if the hour breaks out, we should get a pullback because we haven't had one. Look at all these, no wicks. We're going to need a pullback to at least 2025. So the new hour should open up, pull back, tap 2025, even if it wants to drive. But so we really want to get activated on this 1 hour candle really. So then the new hour can come back, tap, and then flip to drive if it wants to drive. But whether this 5's going to push. Come on. Good morning, Nate. Good morning, Krish. How we doing, geezers? Are we pushing? Still in bed? Bloody hell, Nate. Oh yeah, schools. Schools are off, aren't they? I know, mate. It's when they're off. It's difficult for me as well because I've sort of got to be quiet. Can't wait. And once I get my new house and get my outhouse out the back, and won't make a difference. And get the tunes blasting in the morning, and you know, get my little latte machine on the go. Get my slippers on. Get my slippers on. Yesterday though, I had a feeling for the summer. I can't wait for the summer now. Oh, this 5's flipping back down. Okay, so what does that mean? If the hour can close respecting, right, that's even better for us. If it can close respecting. But we know it doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. Even if it breaks out, we can still reach up. But the only issue you've got is if the hour breaks out, it means the next hour the reach can be further. Yeah, it's like Stretch Armstrong, isn't it? 2 down. 2, 1, because we are bullish. I do believe you're going to have to, if you break above here, you're going to have to retest. Even if you want to drive up. And so this is where it's a bit, we're very bullish. So people will be thinking, well, why aren't we just buying up? Well, because we know price works. Look at that. We need some sort of pullback. A pullback is due. Yeah. A pullback is due. And no doubt we'll take a buy. And the pullback will happen. Remember, we only aim for 10 pips. 10 pips a day keeps the bailiffs away. Oh, the 5's flipping back. Does that mean we're going to go from here? Will the new hour pop up? Now, what would be perfect? What would be absolutely perfect is if the hour closes respecting and then the next hour opens up with no bottom wick, pushes, taps, and then that's the hour what flips and drives down, or not even drive, But closes bearish to initiate the drive, and then we can start coming back down for that pullback. So that would be the perfect case scenario if this hour closes respecting, and then we get this push up with no bottom wick and then taps. If it has a bottom wick and the steep of that bottom wick, if we get a steep bottom wick before flip to the side, we've got to be careful because it means it can drive further. So we really don't want it to create that steep bottom wick. I mean, this area is done now, really. Just whether, I mean, you could get something like this, guys, where you just pop to these levels again. I'm trying to make it up to these, or let's see. The hour. Like that. The 15 is like that. So if this 15 can close respecting, and then the new 15 pops up, it doesn't have to though, because you can actually get a fake out above here on the 15, and then back down. Let's see. 5 closed. Oh, excuse me. The 5 closed doji there. Bullish doji. Can we get up to our zone? My God, Winston. Working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday though. Hi mate, you're a top grafter. Top grafter. One minute for a 15 close. Can the new 15 pop up and then reject? Are we going to power through? That's the question. Because we're now getting an hour break out. Are we going to pop up? These are minus support around 2026.06. We'll be going risk free fairly quickly though, guys. I mean, look at that pump. Look at that pump. We've got an hour left of the 4, right? So, what's this 4 going to look like? That's what we're trying to work out. Is this 4 going to have a top wick? And if so, is it going to push further and then create a top wick? Or is it pushed enough, maybe just a bit further, and then start giving us a bottom wick? Sorry, top wick. That's what we're trying to work out. We're trying to see if we can get something like this, no bottom wick, and then we had a big push all the way up to 2028, and then we pull back on the 4. So that's what we're trying to get. So it is a riskier trade because we are very bullish. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Oh, bottom wick. On the 15 pop up. We ideally don't want to come and tap 2025. We want to push up first. Oh, I'm a bit wary with that tower. How far can the 4 push really? If anything, the 4 is going to push to 2029 and then pull back. I will be looking at a second entry at 2029. So what we're seeing, we're not seeing price struggle. Now we've broke above. Broke above, come up, tap, we come back down. Break above, we could do, yeah. Morning, Ma. Is it Ma or is it M-A? I want to see when you get a 15 close above. Tend to tap and then pull back. Tap, no bottom way. Really messes about here, you know. Break, 15 close above, and then you come back down. We should come back to 2025 at least, but we don't want price coming down to it now, really. We want to push up first, tag us in. MA. MA for moving average. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Winston. Winston. Oh, what we getting? Oh, okay. 15 close. So, if we can now get closures below here, we can look for sells below now, because now we've broke out the other side. So this would be a range 1 break into this zone, and then the next range would be a range 2 to break out. So if we get a break below here on a 15, then yes, we can bring it down for sells now, because now you're broke into 2 zones, 2 ranges. Okay, but ideally I want this wing back if possible. So now what would be perfect, gives a bit more confidence, the 30, if the 15 can close like that, and then the new 15 pops up, breaks the highs, and then that'll be the one more flips. That. So that would be ideal to whether we're going to get that. So we're close, guys. you're looking at UJ. That's good, that, mate. If you're getting that. Brace continue 1-to-1 back down. Fantastic. The only way I take trades on other pairs is with the Dean indicator. It's the only other thing I do. The only other thing I trust to take other trades. I just use the Dean indicator, and that's on all the other Forex pairs, the major and minor ones. But other than that, if it's just me trading, I just trade gold. Here we go. Tunes are on. 5 bearish close. Close respecting on the 5. Can we get up? Can we pop up on the next 15? Because this is the hour doing a bottom wick. We don't want the hour doing a steep bottom wick, really. Because it means you can push further. We really wanted this hour to push up first with no bottom wick, but it hasn't done it. Makes things slightly more difficult. Now we know though that even if you get an hour close, you can get a pullback to 2025 and then come back up and tap it. We've just got to see. What should we talk about, guys? What should we talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
What should we talk about? What should we talk about? What conspiracies can we talk about? Oh, let's get really deep. Let's get really deep. Let's get borderline pissing people off. Let's get borderline pissing people off. No, can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, what's this hour gonna do? It's pushing back down. Are we gonna close back below 2020? If you close back below 2024, there's only this little mess we don't like, where you can get fake outs, but it just means we'd have to wait for a top wick before getting sell stops on to come down. But it needs to calm its tits. Tucker Carlson interview, yes, with Putin. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it, but I saw that.
It's exactly what I was saying at the start of the war.
Yeah.
It's like the analogy I use for, and I'm not a fan of either, is it's like poking a bear.
Yeah.
You keep poking the bear, eventually he's going to bite you. Yeah, I know they're trying to get rid of him, man. Tucker Carlson. Of course they are, man, because he makes America look bad. But this, yeah, this is the thing. It's like, I mean, I don't think it's actually the president who was in charge of that country. I think there's higher people.
Puppets.
Yeah. Plane crash. Tucker Carlson. You've heard it here first, folks. Nate. Nate's put there's going to be a plane crash soon. Yeah, I know. Thing is, we need people like that to carry proper journalism, where freelance journalism, because they wiped them all out, haven't they? And the states have controlled all the media. Well, I know, but They're like a Russell Brand, what he was, the stuff he was coming out with, and then they're sort of they're getting rid of him. You know, they just restrict them all. That's why he's a
critical thinking.
no. That's why you're best off on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now. So you can't get restricted. See what you want. Twix. Yeah, Twix. Oh yeah, it should be called Twix, isn't it?
I want a Twix now.
Have you ever had a white Twix? Oh, I love the white Twixes. Do you have a Twix with a cup of tea? You bite the ends off.
And suck it up.
So good. Yeah. Oh mate, unbelievable, unbelievable.
It's just big kids on them.
Yeah, unbelievable. Nice white Twix. Ooh, yes, he graced. Yes, he graced. Ooh, we've had a 5 close back into the range. Do we need to come and break these lows now? Why hasn't this drove up? I think we might be getting this, guys. We might be getting this here. So we're going to be coming back down to 2024, potentially. 2024.32. I don't want that. I want us to push higher up. It's tapped it perfect though. Look where we mark this up. For a potential where we could reject from. Look at that. So does that mean we're going to pull back down now? And if that's the case, they all tend to pull back to at least 2024 coming through. But we're just so bullish. If we can get a 15, it's likely this 15 is going to be the one that comes back down. Can't do anything at the minute, guys. The only thing I've got is we've got the wing back still, but if we break below 2024 on the 15, sells below there. Nice double bottom there, haven't we? Come on. One little breakout would be lovely. Like that, let's talk about that, what's he called? Oh, I can't pronounce his name. The bloke who's in prison. Chowdhury or something? What's he called? The bloke, the WikiLeaks. No, the guy done the WikiLeaks. Chowdhury or something in it. Angie Chowdhury or something. Something like that. Like him in prison. Because he basically leaked stuff what America were doing in Iraq. And then he gets put in jail. But he leaks what they were doing illegally. And he gets put in jail. That's how brutal it is. Assange, that's it. What did I say? Chowdhury. What was I saying? That's it. Yeah. Don't know. But yeah, like, he highlights illegal activity happening, and then he's the one who gets puts in jail. Mad. Crazy, man.
Oh, this is it. They don't want the truth out. So, there's the conspiracies for you.
Yeah.
You know, people disappear. And that goes against the... And... Yeah.
Corrupt, man.
This is it. Loads of stuff about, like, like new forms of energy and stuff like that, so people can have free energy, or they don't have to rely on
the government.
The monopoly. Then things disappear.
Yeah. Like that guy who drove his car in water. You see that?
Yeah.
And then disappeared. Or he died or something.
This is it. People have like boating accidents. You can't see it because I'm not a video, but that was Polish not. Boating accident. Hit and run.
Yeah. This might be the move down here, guys. I thought we might have popped to 2027. That's where they all pop, really. Oh, actually, there's this. This would be the 4 pulling back. If we get a 15 close below here, the 4 would be pulling back to, where would the 4 be pulling back to? Yeah, would be pulling back to 2022, if that's the case. Can the 4 do another big push up? Unlikely. If the 30 closes bearish, it means the next 30 is likely going to be bearish, and that means the 4 is going to pull back. So could we just end off the 4? You haven't brought the lows on the 5 yet. Let's see how this 30 closes. We ideally want this 30 closing bearish, but then see if we can break the highs again on a new 30. It's a slim chance, but if we can, that'll be good. We've got to be careful if the forward closes bullish like this. It means the reach of the next 4 could really power up. We haven't had an hour close yet. If we can get an hour close back in, and then the new hour, that means the 4's closing bullish. But if the 4 can close respecting this, doesn't matter. It means the next 4 can drive up. Back in. Can we get back up on this 15? Can't do anything at the minute, guys. Fortunately, we've got to see price what it decides what it wants to do. We've only had smaller time frames close back below. At the minute, we need a higher time frame break to the low to then look for the sells. Not last sells, 4 sells. Right.
That is literally where my mind just
I know, it did sound like it, didn't it? 4 last sells. Because currently we're still bullish currently, because when I say high time frame, I'm on about minimum an hour, really. We need an hour close back into this zone, and then this would be a fake out to the downside. So you're likely to come back down to 2022 at that point. But then again, previous data tells us that we might only come back to 2024. We've closed Doji on the 5. Closed Doji on the 5. Okay. Right there. I mean, are we getting this pullback here? So pullback comes to 2025. Next 15 powers up. Like this. Is that what we're getting? We broke the highs, we came to 2026, and then we closed bearish, respecting 2025. Is the next 15 going to close bullish and break out above 2026? And then the next 15 comes up, taps, and then the new 4 then brings us back down. Is that what is going to happen? Is that what's going to happen? Let's see. That'd be nice if it does. I'll be back in a second, guys. 15. Oh, look at this. Okay. 4 coming up to create a steeper top wick, I suppose. Can we get up on this 15? That'd be lovely. Remember guys, if you don't like this trade, because it is counter trend really, we're bullish, but we're expecting a pullback on the 4, aren't we? So it is risky, yeah. Okay. This hour looks like it's going to flip, and if it does flip, how much is it going to flip and dry? Does flip, is it going to drive further? God, we're so bullish. That would be testing the previous wick of the 4. Come on, is a 15 going to get up there? 3 minutes for 15 close here. If the 15 close respecting, it's probably going to come back down. I don't know whether it's going to break the highs again. So we sort of need a 15 close above. We're close, guys. We're close. Come on, the 15. Oh, the 15's close and respecting it. Does that mean we're coming back down now? So, if that's the case, we had a 5 break to the high. Are we just messing about around here? See what the next 15 is going to do. We are showing signs of prices struggling. Now it's slowing down. But we haven't seen any breaks to the low as of yet, really. We're a 30-minute close in 1 minute. So this would be breaking back into the... Or will it? Because where's the 30 range? Is the 30 range like that? See, for me, the 30 is further up. Can this 30 pop up, break the highs, and then flip? It's a slim chance, but we'll see. The 30's closed back in now. Is this 30 going to flip to the downside and drive, come and fill the range? 30's likely going to come and fill 2024. Can't take that though. Come on, get up there. 15 wick fill. Break the highs, pop, big reach. I'll have to draw Stretch Armstrong and Yana. I'm just going to have to. I'm going to have to. I don't make the rules up that. Just going to have to. Broke back in on the 5. What's the 5 doing? Come on. So it looks like the 4 is going to be closing in around this area, I would think. We might not move until the new 4. But it's just whether this 4 is going to pop up to create a steeper top wick before. So, and if it's going to happen probably in this 15 minute, because we need a wick to fill as well, don't we? So we really need this 15-minute candle to be the one that pops up, and then the next 15 closes heavily bearish. That's the pullback for the 4, leaving us a wick on the 4, and then the new 4 gives us a bottom wick first, which that's our trade, and then it flips to the upside. It's not really looking like we're getting that. Can this 4 come and test the highs? That's what we want. Test the highs, push, deeper top wick. Come on. Get up there. Now, I'm looking at this 30. When the 30 closes back in, you can get a pullback to... Actually, it's gone past it already. Are we going to come and tap 2026? 2026 quite a strong area, really, where we're struggling at. So are we going to tap 2026 again and come back down? That's the thing. The 30 is closed below now. Do we take a trade from there? I want to break out. So this 15's tested the previous wick. So if it is going to flip, it's going to do it now. But if we can push past this wick, we might get a little pop up. Come on. We're pushing. Break that way. Go on. Big push. Big pump. Big pump. Big pump. Come on the 5. Get 5 close above. Next 5 pops up. That'll be the change of the 4. Okay, we broke the highs on the 4. That means we broke the highs on the 15. Nice. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was a nice push. new 5. Oh, have I crashed there? There we go. No bottom wick on this 5. Can this 5 get up? It can take 2 5s to get up, really. See, everything what we've done, nothing really has shown us that we're coming back down yet. We haven't had a higher time frame close to the low. Yeah, we've only had smaller time frames. But even if you look at the 5s, we had a 5-minute breakout here on the. So we broke the low here, but this didn't break any lows, and this didn't break any lows, and this hasn't broken any lows. Now what we don't want is we don't want price to come back down to 2024 because it means it can then power past 2027. We need to get up now, really. It might be the new 4 hour what does it, but this is where we've got to be careful because the new 4 now, the reach of the new 4 could open up, give us a bottom wick first, and then flip and drive all the way through this. So we've got to be really careful. As in stops aggressively. We really sort of want this 4 to tap it. Because then the new 4, when it does the bottom wick, we're already in it. You see. Or, if we don't get tapped, then we need this 4 to close respecting some support. So there's only this one here. And then we need the new 4 to open up with no bottom wick. And then we'd look to get in. That's probably the only way I'd get in, really. If we don't get that, it means we're probably going to push the next range, which is 2029. Is the 30 going to flip now? So the 30's done a top wick now. Come on, 15, get up there. So we need this 15 to close bullish, and then we need the next 15 to be the one what comes up, taps, pulls back, leaves us a top wick for the 4. Then when the new 4 opens up, because it's bullish, it should pull back first, and then flip to the upside. But at that point, we're out. I mean, if this 15 can close respect, then that's not a problem. So as we're still respecting this area, we want to come back down. So if this 15 can close respect in here, and then the new 15 pops up. Very close, guys. See, the 30, is the 30 going to flip? There's still 20 minutes left of this 30. So what, this 30 could just flip on its own. If you think about the 30's closed back in. And if it's going to do that, it means the new 15's unlikely it's going to tap up. This 30 to flip. But what I want is, what we've identified, before driving down, you tap it. So it just means that if we don't tap it now, it means unlikely we're going to drive down. We might just do this, and then one will come up, tap, and then go. I ideally want this 4 to tap it if possible. Come on. Gosh, you're tired this morning. That's what I get for staying up late. Do you think we need a new badge, Dan? Newcastle?
I don't think so.
Don't you? See, I do, me.
Yeah.
I do.
When was the last time it was changed?
Exactly, like it's one of the oldest. It was changed. The one before that was just the NUFC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The grey. But I think we're due an upgrade, mate. To be honest with you, I know people probably won't like that, but we could probably get a cooler one. I think we should change the magpie for a crow as well.
I'd go for that.
Like, remember, so Chelsea just had the CFC, wasn't it? With like was it a lion? The old Chelsea one, and they obviously had the round one. See, I like the round one. I think they're outdated, them style where it's like a shield. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're outdated. We need to get a bit with the times, I think. Or does that make us unique by keeping an old badge like that?
I don't know, I like it. I like it.
You know, my favourite badge, and I've got it, if you watch any of the training videos in the nest, the old nest, in the background I've got a wooden, some bloke made it out of wood for us. It's the old Newcastle badge, no, the magpie in the middle, the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that.
Nice.
I like the colours and that on it as well. That was a nice badge. So we could just get this, guys, for the next 15, and the reason being is because the 30s broke the laws. So that means the 30 would flip. See? So we could just get that. I'm hoping we can pop up, tap, and then come back, but I mean, we're bullish, but we're not sort of driving anywhere. So what tends to happen is when you catch the move, yeah, it aggressively pushes up and then aggressively pulls back. And we're not aggressively pulling back here, are we? So that tells me that this is not the move. Because we're not aggressively dropping. We're still messing about coming back up. So this is not the move, I don't believe. That means I can get my LEDs out my box when I move as well, Dan. It's not it's not trading unless you've got LEDs, is it?
Don't have LEDs. That might be why I'm not.
Maybe that's why you're not profitable. You're never profitable unless you've purchased a set of LED strips.
Right, when I get a job,
That's the rule. That's the rule.
first thing I'm doing is I'm buying some LEDs.
Yeah, get yourself to B&M. Get some cheap LEDs.
Does it have to be a specific colour, or is that just me?
Any down to you. Yeah.
Nice.
Your personality. Some of the on Instagram, man. Currently, because obviously I've got my office to do when I get there. I'm just constantly just looking at sort of setups. Some of them are like amazing. Some of the man caves and gaming rooms what people have are like just amazing. Like you'd never want to leave them. Do you know what I mean? Which is scary.
I think probably one of the best ones I've seen is it's like a Switch, a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
On his wall. And do you know what a Nintendo Switch looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the like pullers slide into the screen.
Yeah.
So that's so his telly's obviously the screen, and then he's got the two what look like controllers on the side of the telly.
Really?
And they just automatically come out at the touch of a button. And it's got all his consoles in there. So he's got like the Switch, N64, all of that sort of stuff.
That's good.
And all the controllers in it and everything like that. Just looked amazing for like game setup wise.
Okay, guys, we've had a 15 break above. So, what does that mean? What's the next 15 going to do? We need this 15 to tap us because that's the new 4. We're going to have to be very careful if the 4 closes above, because if the 4 closes above now, like this, it means it might just pull back first, and if it pulls back first, it means when it flips, it's going to drive straight through, so this probably won't be on. But what it does mean is if the 4 does close bullish, we can potentially look for wing back buys back up from 2024 or from 2022. You've had such a big push. We really need this 4 to come and tap this. Winston! Got to think about licking his feet. Good morning, Seed. Ayo. What's this 15 doing? Is this 15 going to flip back up? The 5 broke out as well. Can we get a big 5 push? See, there's another little level here, but there's a minor level. Can we get a nice big push up on a 5? Winston! Winston! He just licks his feet. It's like, I think he's allergic to something. So annoying. However, what we can look at is how big's the 4 hour? We need to have a look at this 4. So if this 4 closes like this, what are we thinking it's going to do next? So the 4s came from 2020 levels. 2020 levels straight back up. It means the next 4 can drive straight through. This is what I'm on about. That's why this wing back probably won't be on. Unless this 4 taps it. Because if this 4 taps it, then you're going to get a, even if you get a small bottom wick, you're still going to go risk free fairly quickly. So if this, where can this 4 go here? We can literally come all the way up to 2037, guys. We don't even get much of a top wick. Bottom wick, sorry. Are we pushing there? Oh, we're nearly there. Ooh, we had a little push there, didn't we? It's because we're getting close to the forward close now, so we're, it's like, now, if we close with no top wick, then yes, we can potentially take it. But it just mean the new candle might push to 2029. Our pullback, flip, drive. If the 4 closes up here, guys, this wing back probably won't be on. It'll be this one, this 2029 one. Okay. So if we don't get tapped within the next 5-10 minutes, we're done. Come on, get up there. Get up there on the 5. There's a 5 close. We've got 10 minutes left. This 5 has to tap it. We haven't broken any lows yet. It's building up liquidity here. All this liquidity ready to drop down. That's a pound sign, guys. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
That's a pound sign.
It's a Salvador Dali pound sign.
Yeah, if we break the highs and then we just bomb through, pick up all this liquidity. Come on, the 5, get up there. It's like we're running out of liquidity. The new 4 is going to bring some volume, but it's just whether the new 4 opens up, pushes up, taps, then pulls back. It's all on this 5 really, you know, as in how much of a pushing candle we get with the 5. So if this 5 closes, I don't know, back in or bearish, right, like that, and then the new 4 opens up with no top bottom wick, what's going to happen is the new 5 is going to open up, push up aggressively, and then with no bottom wick, and then pull back. For the flip for the 4, it means the 4 will create a bottom wick, but it's just how far is it going to push up, that's the thing. Because if this hour closes like this is very tricky. And it means the new hour can just drive straight through. If the hour closes like this, you've had another bullish close. It means we could come up to tap 2028. And that would be powering straight through this position. But the smaller time frames do look like it. Even if you want to drive up, you've got to tap this. But is this the pullback? So it's just done it before. Is this the pullback here, what we wanted here? Just thinking if we do get that close, if the 4 closes like this and we get a pullback first, we can potentially get buy stops on the other side to come up. But we need a pullback. We need a decent pullback to 2024. So ideally what we want to see on this 4 is 4 with no top wick. And then the new 4 opens up with no bottom wick would be perfect. That would be perfect. We will have to move stops to risk-free fairly quickly because the new 4 could just give a small bottom wick if it wants to and then go. Five minutes, guys. It doesn't look like we're getting tapped here. This 5 would need to flip now, really. It's all on now with this 4 opens up. This 4 opens up with. Let's have a look at this. So we were looking at if the 4 closes like this, we need to look at previous date and say, okay, every time the 4 closes in and on this area, where does the next 4 go? So 4 close, next 4 carries on all the way up to 2033, sorry. Have we got a mark up there? Yeah, which is the target for the day. Okay, but where do we pull back? We don't even pull back that much. We tap 2024, so if we get a pullback, we can get buy stops on from the other side. This is not happening, this. So another 4 close here, and then we get a bearish close, but we're a bit higher up. One more here, and then you get a pullback. This one only pushes to 2029. It's like, do we need a pullback really? Where would our stops be? Stops above here. Four closing in 3 minutes. Yeah. Power straight through. Because now things have changed, because we're fully bullish on the 4 now. But we need a bottom wick. If we get a bottom wick, we need a bottom wick, and then we need a flip to the upside. But you might not get a bottom wick. I mean, here's one here. Bullish close. We get a pullback all the way down to 2024, and then we flip. So if we can get down to 2024, we can either take wingback buys back up, or we just get a buy stop on. Yeah, so it looks like it's unless we tap, we've got to tap in this 5-minute candle. Forward close. Up to the floor. Ooh. It's 5. Oh, here we go. Okay, another little push up. Can we push? Can we push? If we tap on this 5, guys, I'll be in. But it is risky because the 4 is heavily bullish. That means the new 4 might not give much of a bottom wick. Or you might push up first. Right, so it's up to you whether you take this trade. Come on. One more little pump.
Pump up.
The 4 might do it. Not much top wick. There's the 4, the 3, the 2. Canal, everything's bullish. Very, very tricky this, like. We basically would be catching the pullback of the 4. We know the 4 can actually power through because we're very bullish. Let's see how this 4 opens up then. If the 4 opens up with no bottom wick, potentially, yeah. But if the 4 pulls back down, then we look for buy stops off the 4 to the upside, come fill the rest of the range. No top wick on the 4, come on. I'm just worried about this 4 because this 4 could really drive now. Okay, no bottom wick. Is the 5 going to break the highs, and then are we going to flip? I knew it'd do that. But no bottom wick. Are we going to power through? Or are we going to reject from here? Four, no bottom wick. 3, no. 3. 1. What's the 1 going to do? The 1's broke out now. The 1's going to need to come and tap 2026. Yep, it is. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. I'm looking at this 1 here. This 1. Close respecting where it's closed. New 1. Opens up, pushes up, then flips. I'm nearly there. Come on! Little push. We don't want it to flip now, really. We want another little push up. Oh no. Come on, another little push up. Oh, more top wick on the 1. This one's gonna flip. Get up there. It taps it. I mean, you've got a little one here what doesn't tap it, but then eventually you close bearish on the 5 and then the new 5 comes up, taps it. That initiates the move down. I would rather tap it on this one though, because we've got no bottom wick, you see. We don't want a bottom wick yet. That's the thing. There we go, there's the one. Come on, the 1. Break the highs one more time. Stand by, guys. Come on. Oh, the 1's fucking flipped. Don't give us a bottom wick. No. Don't give us a bottom wick.
It has.
Has it got a bottom wick?
No, it hasn't.
Not yet.
Well, the very smallest.
Hasn't tapped it. Hasn't tapped it yet. We get a bottom wick, it's a different story, guys. These are ones coming back up now. 5's closed. Okay, get a wick fill. Stand by. Might not break this high though, so we might be entering around here as long as we can test it again. Come on, get up. Stop messing about. One's closed bullish, nice. Ah, and then one flipped. Ah, there's the bottom wick, guys. There's the bottom wick. No FOMO. This could drop now. Oh, come on. Typical. This is what we needed, really, for the advantage. Here to here. 10 pips, that was our advantage. Keeps cutting off. Gold this, mate. Yeah. In a way, I'm sort of glad it didn't. So we've tapped that area now, really, where you could really pull back from. Well, actually, we didn't actually quite tap it, but just short. But here's the tricky thing now. If the forward pulls back and gives us a bottom wick, it means the 4 can then flip and drive further. So very, very tricky to get sells on. I'm just thinking if we get a 15 close below, we're going to get another top wick. Or we're going to drive back down off the 4. Could we just take a 5? That was the advantage point, that there. So if you take this now, it means it might want to push past it. Are we coming back up to create another high? Oh, look at the 5. Oh, guys, this is... I'm not in this, right? This is not in. 15's got a bottom wick. 30's got a bottom wick. Everything's... So where are we likely to push now? This is the range of the 2027. So it's sort of filled the range, so we can't take a buy up to 2027. We understand we need a pullback, though. I do believe we're going to get a pullback. So we're going to get a steeper pullback now. Right, let me have a look, guys. Four's close heavily bullish, man. You could argue and say there's no top wick. So it means this one would create a top wick. This one's going to end up bearish. Where's this closed? The ranges are off on the 4. Because we saw it trickle up. We don't need much of a pullback to power up from here. That's the issue. Yeah, I'm not very happy with today, really, guys. It's because we've done this big pump already. When you've done a big pump like that, we know how price works. You need a pullback, but the range we're looking at is you don't actually need much of a pullback to power up, but you can do because previous data tells us. So our advantage point there, that was probably the best trade there, from here back down to here, risk free. But now you've done it, it means you might want to push past. I think for me now, anything really is wing back 2029, coming back down. Let me get rid of this. Because we've closed here, either a wing back from 2029 back down, or because we're heavily bullish, really you don't want that wing back. You'd need an hour close. So if you look at this 4, sorry, this is a 2 hour. This 2 closed below, then the new 2 closed bullish, caught it, and then you come back down, and that's what you need. You need a bearish close. So what we would need to see, really, we would need to see an hour bearish close, really, in order to take this wing back sell. But if not, could we take wing back buys? We've broke out all the highs now. No, it's not, mate. It's not SMC. It's just price action, really. Price action and ranges. That's all it is, mate. How far can this 4 pull back now? So 4 going to pull back to 2024. That's probably the next level it could reject from. 2024 or 2022 for a wing back buy, back up. So these would now change. But then do you sell down on the 15? You can't sell down because everything's bullish. But that's probably not going to play out till New York, that by the time it gets back down. But if you do get a pullback to 2022, you could potentially just get a buy stop off the 4 to come up, because you should be coming to 2029 anyway. So that's probably the best thing to do, really. So let's get rid of all these guys, because we're heavily bullish now, because the 4 is short as that. So these sells below, we've got to be careful. Okay, where's the 4 range now? So the 4, you know, we know our daily target, it's here, 2033. Okay, get rid of this, don't need this. So the 4, when we close like this, we should be pushing. To be honest, you push further, you know. Look, you push straight through. When you come from the bottom, straight through. There's only this where it's minor here. So this is the only minor one we see. You close respecting this on the 4, and you come back down. So we're currently now in this range. Therefore, we should be coming to fill the range. but it's whether we pull back first to then come back up to fill the range. And if we do, where are we going to pull back to? Well, this pulled back to here, but that's after it's tapped 2029. So if you look at price, you don't pull back that much. Look, so this one closed. This one had a tiny pullback, and then this one came and filled the range. So it's a case of you don't need much of a pullback to go. What would we want to see? We need some sort of pullback. If we got a pullback to say the previous support, which is here, if we get a pullback to that, then we can potentially get buy stops above, and it'd just be a simple case of breakout. 24 pips. Stops would only need to be probably this low here. I'd just be careful off the 4 because this 4's got no bottom wick. Price might want to come back down to create a bottom wick for this and then flip to the upside. But that's the only thing I've got now, guys, unfortunately, because the 4's closed above. Bit of a shit morning, really. I mean, look at that disgusting candle. It would be nice if we caught it, mine, but at the minute, because what you might get here as well, you might just start trickling up on the lower time frames, which is the 4 slowly moving up to fill the range, and you're just not going to get in. No bottom wick on this. 15's broke above. Let's have a look. If you get a 15 break above here, what happens to price? 15 broke, then you get a fake out back in, then you come and tap 2024. Could we potentially take a wing back from 2024? Okay, it's an option. Break above, you don't drive, you come back. $15 break above, gone. 15 break above, gone. Break above, gone. 15 fake out. Above, gone. Straight through. Straight through. 15 above, pull back, gone. So once it pulls back to 2024, so it looks like it's going to carry on pushing. You've got a minus support at 2028. Let's have a look at the 5. This is the thing, because you haven't had a bottom wick, you haven't had much of a pullback on the 4. It's just a bit wary taking buys now. It's probably not for me, this guys now. It's not as clear as what it is when you take a trade, right? Especially the way I trade. When I take a trade, everything's got to be spot on. It's got to be right. Remember, I've got one shot to take, and that shot has to be perfect. And if there's just a few things what is not right, then just leave it, man. Just come back another day. But obviously I know we didn't get a trade yesterday either. But unfortunately I can't just get a trade for the sake of getting a trade if it's not lining up for me. I would need these lows breaking in order to take buys above. So what I would need to see to take buy stops above here or breakout, I'd need price to come back down, break below 2024. Doesn't have to get back to 2022. Break below there, and then all I would do is I would look for a break above a certain area on a lower time frame. Once I get that break, then I'd be entering, because at that point you've had a decent pullback at that point to go. Do you know what I mean? So at the moment, who's that? Oh, just the letters. At the moment, there's probably nothing going on for me. It's 20 past 10. I'm normally done for 11. Until I see that, I probably won't be taking any buys above. Yeah, cheers, mate. I've been trading about, when did I start? Yeah, just shy of 5 years, really. Morning, Mike. Oh, 5 years, yeah. Been loads of different companies, loads of different mentors, bought loads of different courses, took loads of different signals, bought loads of different indicators. And this was the one thing what sort of clicked with us. But like I say, clicks for me might not click for you. You know, that's trading. It's all the strategies work really. It's just whether it works for that person. That's the thing with trading. That's the beauty of it. Good morning, Mike. Can we pull back on the 4 and the 1? Even if we get a 1 hour pullback to 2024. Okay. I need to get a new one. Yours seems quite clear, does it? Do you know what? I've always thought about upgrading it. It's Do you know what? I can't remember what it's called. What mic it is. It's got like an arm in that. I don't know. I just got it off Amazon, mate. To be honest with you. I don't think I paid that much. I don't think I paid that much, mate. I'm not sure. Any of them are decent, really. But you need LEDs, that's the key. With me and Dan were talking about this earlier. Gotta have LEDs, mate, otherwise nothing works. Now, it still hasn't tapped our area. Our wingback area was here, wasn't it? 27.21. Still hasn't tapped it. We're really struggling. And why are we not driving as well? Does that mean the 4 is going to flip to create a bottom wick? Oh, the 5's actually broke out. Yeah, it's probably nothing for me this morning, guys. I'm probably going to end up calling it a stream. Because you're going to have to wait now for price to come and tap 2024 at least. Because taking sells now is tough. Because the 4's closed heavily bullish. Everything's broke out to the upside. So you're technically bullish. But because you push that much, you know price needs to pull back for liquidity. But it hasn't done it. So yes, you know you're heavily bullish and you should be coming to fill the range at 2029. But you also know how candles work and how price works. It needs to pull back for some liquidity. But where does it need to pull back at? So you can't really sell down because you don't know what point it's going to reverse from. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have to wait another hour to get this, or at least maybe 2 hours. So you're looking New York session by the time you look for entry. So what I want to see really, I want to see price come and tap at least 2024, and then I'll look for a break above on a 15, say. Once I get the break above there, that's when I'll be looking to buy, come and fill the range at 2029. That's the only thing I've got, or a potential wing back buy from 2022, potentially. Yeah. Yeah, I know this is high impact news today, isn't it? Later on, but to be honest, it's not quiet. This is the thing. It's not quiet. We've had look at the volume through Asian session and London. loads of volume, and we've got direction. So we've got everything we need, apart from we haven't had pullbacks. We haven't had we're due a liquidity grab back to the downside, but it's just tricky taking it, because the fall could just flip at any point to the upside. So it's just not for me, really. Everything has to be lined up. That's why our win rate's so high. That's my win rate so high, because I'm picky with me trades. And like I say to you, yes, you might not. And here's the thing with trading, right? Don't feel you have to get trades every day, because you don't. It's all about being profitable. How are you being profitable? I can take 2 trades in a week and still make enough income from that week where I'm more than comfortable. 2 trades for the week. Yeah. So, knowing that, I've got no pressure in being in trades. You can go on other YouTube streams and see them taking 4 or 5 trades on stream. Yeah, 3 might win, 2 might lose. But obviously that's because it works for them. Their strategies, they're working off a ratio. Yeah. So it's the trade for me has to be perfect, really. And then what I do is I risk more, because I have a higher win rate, so I'm able to risk more. People who take 4 or 5 trades a day, obviously they won't be risking that much. It might be 0.25% or whatever. So yeah. Any questions, guys, before I go? Because I'm going to shoot off probably now. I'll be back on tomorrow 8 AM London time. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Jump into our Discord seed. It's free Discord. Go into the link tree, jump into the Discord, introduce yourself, and just in there we notify you when I'm on. Basically, I trade most weekdays from 8 AM. Our stats on stream are pretty good. 30 wins, 2 break evens, and 2 losses, so partial losses. So they weren't full losses. The first one was like 20% of whatever you were risking, and the other one was about 60% of whatever you were risking. So what we call control losses. And to be honest, both of them trades played out as well if we held, but it is what it is. Yeah, if I do, I probably will be trading New York. I'll drop any setups in the trade IDs, anything I take. But other than that, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. See you later, Dan.
See you later, mate.
See you, mate.
Have a good day.